This is Katherine. She is the owner of an app called the Allen app, which is super awesome. I have it downloaded on my phone. So if you can just start off by telling me about you and how you were diagnosed with your allergies, that would be awesome.
All right, so hey, my name is Katherine Shug. I'm allergic to dairy, eggs, peanuts, and tree nuts, and I was diagnosed around the time I was born. So yeah, like a couple of months ago, almost a year now actually, I created the Allen app, which stands for Allergy Life Alliance Network. It basically has an emergency feature, messaging system, a whole bunch of interactive resources, including like allergy cards, symptom tracker. Yeah, and it's available on the App Store and Google Play Store.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about what it's like to live with your allergies now, or like what struggles you may have run into?
So managing food allergies was kind of like difficult as a kid because I have multiple food allergies like dairy and eggs, but in my school mostly people had allergies to peanuts. So not a lot of people really understood it. And when I was younger, they used to have like those separate lunch tables for people with food allergies. So I was always kind of like felt separated from everybody else. So it's kind of difficult to manage it in the beginning. And then, as I grew older, I was able to find a whole bunch of resources that definitely helped with that.
Yeah, absolutely. What inspired you to make the Allen app?
So I've been trying to like create it for actually like I don't know like so many years now because eighth grade there was a competition about like try to create like an innovation and then like present it and then it's like a scholarship thing for like middle school kids. So I kind of presented the idea of a food allergy app. So like for years I was like on and off, I was working on it, and then finally when I was, I believe, like a sophomore in college, I experienced a really really bad allergic reaction at my college dining hall. So basically, like I ordered a regular hamburger like any other day. The bread contained dairy, so I had a huge allergic reaction, and I had to go to the hospital. I had to administer EpiPen. It was like my first time too, away from like my family, and it was very very scary. And then afterwards, I didn't really find much of a community for young adults. I kept searching, but more of it was like targeted for teenagers and parents, but kind of skipped that like in between gap.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided I'm finally going to create this app that's now called Allen.
Awesome. I love that. What has it been like for you or people you know with allergies to eat out?
So eating out has always been very difficult. So like especially someone with like multiple food allergies, it's very difficult to try to like tell waitresses or like the chefs about it because some people are not really familiar about it. But like this day and age, a lot of people are kind of more aware now. But yeah, it's always like really, really important to check like the menus beforehand, and that could also be kind of difficult because you don't know like their like cross contamination or like if it's in the same fryer. It can be like very, very challenging, but as long as you have like a strong support system, a family that really, really like trusts you, it could be easy, not easy, but easier to dine out because you could just tell them about it, and so can your family members. They'll make sure that you can go to restaurants that you're able to eat and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how often would you say you try new restaurants, or is that a nerve-wracking experience for you at all?
It's actually funny you mentioned that because I just went to a new restaurant yesterday or
That's
like a few days
awesome.
ago.
Love that.
Yeah, because like we went to first like a Korean barbecue and like it was kind of difficult to like because I've never like really went to a Korean barbecue place before, so it's kind of difficult to like know what I could eat, what I couldn't eat. So that was like a little stressful in a way. But yeah, other times usually I just like check the menus online. If it's not there, then once I'm there, it's very very stressful. But yeah, as it gets once when you get older and once when you start to do it more, you kind of get in the hang of it. You might use allergy like chef cards, or you might have um, like the saying that you always say.
Yeah.
So this way you just tell them like, have you ever like prepared like a speech beforehand and just like you just keep saying it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dependent on the restaurant and how well they know allergies, it could be anywhere from like a minute to like 10 minutes. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
Sometimes they bring out like other people who might know it better.
yeah, absolutely. So, how long would you say that pre-planning process usually takes for you?
Um, hmm. Probably say maybe like sometimes I plan like days beforehand. Sometimes if it's like short notice, maybe a few hours beforehand, I look at the menus. I might call up, which happens occasionally before I go to like a new restaurant. I just usually call up and ask them what they do if they like cater to people with food allergies. There's like the menus section on the app that I use occasionally for like Applebee's and stuff. So that I do use. But yeah, it takes like, I don't know, probably like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on whether or not like I call them and ask.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say your biggest struggle has been when eating out?
I'll just say trying to communicate my food allergies with them, because like people think it might be like an intolerance or like when I have a dairy allergy, so like lactose intolerant. They don't really understand cross contamination. That's like a huge thing for me,
Right.
because if somebody just touches like cheese and then touches my dish, like I break out instantly into like hives or I have like a huge allergic reaction.
Right. Yeah. Do you bring your EpiPen with you everywhere?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
With MacroMenu, we are trying to bridge that communication gap by providing cross contact information in advance and also filterable allergen menus. How do you think having that information would impact, you trying new restaurants or how often you go to restaurants?
It would definitely like help a lot, when I go to restaurants, it would definitely decrease like the stress because I'd be able to see beforehand, just in case I'm just gonna go to like this restaurant now and not like plan in advance. That would definitely help. And I just think like overall, like the idea for the app is like amazing. It's definitely needed in the food allergy community.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about, eating out or just people who've been diagnosed at a young age? Any advice or words of wisdom for them?
I just say, like always speak up, always be your own advocate. It could be scary sometimes, like especially like when you're younger and your parents, tell the chef, tell the waiter, they kind of advocate for you. But once when you get older, you kind of have to handle it all on your own. I mean, it's definitely like better to find a community a lot easier. So I just try to find like people who kind of know what you're going through, be able to give you advice. Just speak up all the time, whether you have any questions or concerns. Just never be afraid to say something.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.